We got Athena on the other line here. Welcome, Athena. What's your last name again? Cleven? Claven?
It's pronounced Claven, but
Claven.
it's spelled Clevin.
Okay.
Yes.
And you are calling from the Center for Deuterium in LA, right?
Yep.
Nice.
I work here at the clinic. I do laboratory work and social media stuff and administrative stuff, and yeah.
Awesome. So I got my test here from you guys. Hold on, give me a second here. I got my test here last week, and I'm ready to take the test. So you want to tell everyone just a quick synopsis of what deuterium depletion is and what it's all about, and then run me through this test?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, deuterium is an isotope of hydrogen. It has an extra neutron, and so it's twice as heavy. And when we have too much deuterium in our cells, the nanomotors in our mitochondria can't function properly. Basically, they break apart. And when our mitochondria aren't functioning properly, then we aren't able to produce the cellular energy that is needed for all the functions in our body. And so at this clinic that I work at, we basically work with people and get your deuterium levels tested through this test that I'm about to show you. And then once you get tested, we follow a specific protocol depending on your needs, and lower your deuterium levels in your body, and then you get retested again in a few months.
And you had your life changed by deuterium depletion, right?
Yes.
Uh-huh. What was like,
So
what happened? What was, like a quick 30 seconds of your journey?
Well, I've always been into like health and wellness and detoxing and all kinds of protocols. And I found a lot of benefit in just natural healing, a lot of stuff that you talk about.
Oh yeah, Athena's also a fan of the Detox dudes. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, I've been following your channel for like over 6 months. I think you're like one of the most awesome YouTubers.
Yeah.
Just because you're super real with your followers. You're not fake, which is hard to find.
Hell yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So, yeah, basically I was having a lot of fatigue and my cognition. I just felt like I couldn't focus, and I just had a really hard time with that. So the lowering my deuterium has really helped me with my fatigue, especially. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Walking up like a flight of stairs, I felt like an old woman. I was like exhausted. I'm like, why am I 19 years old and walking up the stairs is literally like I'm out of breath. This is not normal. Like the fact that I was, regularly going in a sauna, doing all kinds of, coffee enemas and eating a clean diet, and it didn't matter. I was exhausted.
Wow. And your mom had her life changed too. Your mom's pretty badass. We're gonna get her on this vlog as well, probably tomorrow or something.
Oh yeah, she's a total badass. You'll love her.
Awesome. All right, so let's rock this test. Let me set up this camera.
Okay.
So, let's go through all the stuff, yeah?
Yep. Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is how you do the deuterium depletion test. This package comes in the mail. We got this little mouthpiece here, and you freeze this frozen steel pipe for 2 hours. You put it on top. You guys want me to write my name on that?
You don't have to, as long as you activate your kit.
Okay.
That's most important.
Put the frozen pipe on and breathe for 10 minutes in through the nose, out through the mouth. When you're done with that, you will take this cap off and cover the top and the bottom with these little blue caps. Okay? And then put it in the little bag that they give you and activate it using that code right there. Okay? And then saliva test. This little thing, you spit in it to the top. When it's done, you take this dropper and drop out your saliva and put it into the smaller vial up to the 10 sign. Send them both in and we'll see what happens. This is going to Hungary, right?
Yep.
And when do you think my test results are going to come back in?
usually takes about 3 weeks.
3 weeks, okay. Cool. Anything else any words of wisdom you want to share with the fans? How old are you? 18, 19?
19.
19. And you're pretty badass into the health space already, so good for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I can definitely say that this has been the most important investment in my health ever.
Wow.
I've done all kinds of stuff, water fasting, juice fasting, all kinds of different detox protocols, intestinal cleanses. This, is by far the best ever. So yeah, if you want to invest in your health and reverse your aging, get on the water.
Oh yeah, show us the water. Show us the water.
So this is my water. I'm drinking the 65 parts per million, but depending on what your health concerns are and where you're at, the doctors will decide what is best for you.
Is that in plastic? What's up with that?
Yeah, it is.
All right, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. So
it's hard because we send it all over and get broken in glass. But
it's fine. We'll remove the deuterium and then we'll make sure we get some plastic and estrogen-like substances into our body.
Right.
No, I'm just messing around. I drink from BPA-free plastic sometimes. It's all good.
Yeah.
I'm just busting your chops.
Gotta pick your battles a little bit.
Exactly. You can bring it up with management. Tell them that the detox dude suggested glass.
All right, I will.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, it was awesome chatting, and I look forward to the next phase of the process where I get my test results and start drinking the water.
Yeah, I'm excited for you. You'll have to keep me updated on that and tell me how you're feeling.
Absolutely, will do.
It's funny, but not everybody knows about us, but a lot more learning. It's just amazing how quickly we're growing. So
beautiful. And I'll post a link in the info description so that they can get to you. It's in Los Angeles, correct?
Yep. We're in Los Angeles, but again, we may have one in your town. So just tell us where you are. Okay.
Now, can you see my screen here?
Yep, I'm looking at it right here.
All right, so tell me how unhealthy I am.
Don't look at it that way. So if we look at your breath, let me see. Scroll up to the neck, to the bottom to your saliva, so I can see that. All right. So if you look at this, your diet. So you eat quite a few carbs, which I can tell.
I did up until a month ago. I did. Okay. Correct.
Yeah. So when you see this 154.2, that's indicative of diet and something that's going on with diet. If you look at your 140s, so this in your saliva is how much it's in your blood, how much it's in the watery part of your body. So 154.2, we really should adjust your diet because I just quite personally think it should be always below 150 just when you're eating, right?
Okay.
So if you look at the other one above it is your breath, that's a marker. That's a marker for what's in your tissue. It's really it's really 50% of that is coming from your lungs and heart. And so that's a marker. It's not that it's that way every place of your body, but it is for your heart and lungs. So that says it's 145. So you're actually depleting from 152 to about 7 ppm. Right now, your body's able to get rid of 7 ppm of what you're eating. So what can we do? One of the things we could do just easily is to tighten up your diet by itself. So maybe now your diet, we could tighten it up to where your diet shows that now your saliva would only be 145, right? And so that means if you still deleted at 7 points, it would take it down into the 130s, which is much healthier. that means your mitochondria. It's the easy way to think about it. And if you go down, we can show you what this means. Go to your APT production right here. What this is saying is right now that you're only making 21% of the ATP your body could make. Think about that. So you're walking around leaving 79% of your energy on the table.
Wow.
Okay. Just think how much better, what it would feel like, what your body would be doing, how anti-aging this would be if instead you're making 100% of the ATP your body could make. And that's what it's, once you think about that, it's really, really easy to figure this out. So little changes would be able to make a big changes in your life. And if you go now to the next one, this is where it's talking about the depletion factor. You're only depleting about 5.8% of the deuterium out of your body. We'd love to get it to 7.5% or greater. That is when you're vibrant, when everything is working well, you can deplete at least 7%. We have people that can deplete 20%. What does that mean? That means you can do that, you're sleeping better, you're thinking better, but also that you have this big leeway to go out and eat a birthday cake every once in a while because your body can get rid of it and you can still have all the energy you're supposed to have. Okay, and so that's what we do. As Debbie said, it's not just about the water, it's about understanding what your deuterium levels are and what that means in your life. And then secondarily, how to repair that, because when it comes, everything else is secondary to this, because if you have energy, you have health. I've never seen anybody who has a lot of energy. You think about it. If you've ever seen anybody that's sick, that you go, oh my God, I wish I had their energy. It doesn't work like that.
Yep. So I really need to stop with the Mary's organic chicken. I need to make I seriously, because I don't eat grains, right? So maybe it's the Mary's organic chicken. I was eating a lot of carbs when I got this test, but since the test, I've been drinking this water and I've been doing ketogenic, and ironically, not because of the deuterium depleted, I just decided to do a ketogenic diet, which is another synchronicity there.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to get tested again. I have the kit at home. When I finish all the waters is when I'm going to do my next test, and then we can have a follow-up and talk more about it. What's happening, Debbie?
Hey, how's it going?
We are continuing the deuterium depletion vlog. Let me just let this autofocus here. Hold on. There we go. And Debbie was awesome enough to bring me some deuterium depleted water. I'm going to be drinking, what, about 1 liter of this a day?
Yep.
Yeah. And why don't you tell the audience that fun fact about coconuts in the wild?
Oh yeah, so animals don't drink the coconut water. In the wild, they eat the coconut meat, which is high in fat. And the reason being, it's a very high deuterium liquid. And so certain things that we think might be health food aren't necessarily. It's a very high deuterium liquid. And so we don't want to be drinking coconut water. We don't want to be making fruit smoothies in the winter. We want to be eating what's growing around us at the time. And this helps keep our deuterium levels, because fruit is a high deuterium food, not to say there's deuterium everywhere, so that's not a bad thing. It's just that we want to be mindful to eat a diet that keeps our deuterium in check. So eating what's around us at that time of the year locally is really important.
And what about the camel fun fact? I thought that was interesting too.
So camels have humps on their backs, which is basically fat and hydrogen. So a camel can walk across the desert and not need water. And a camel is an animal that has low deuterium levels because they eat cactus, which is a very deuterium depleted food. So when they walk across the desert, they're using the hydrogen from their fat, the sunshine, and the oxygen that they breathe to make their own water in their mitochondria. So when your deuterium are depleted, when your tissues are depleted of deuterium to a certain level, like below, let's say 120 ppms, your mitochondria are able to make their own water. So for instance, I've been doing this protocol and I drink very little. I might have some water in a cup of coffee and then maybe drink a tiny bit of water, every now and then. But I still urinate the same amount as I did before when I drank more water. And it's because my mitochondria are now functioning properly and I'm making my own water. I get sunshine, I eat lots of saturated fat, which is my source of hydrogen. So now all of a sudden bacon is a health food because it's one of the best, of course, grass-fed and natural bacon. It's a really good source of hydrogen. So it's kind of so different than what we thought before 10 years ago, like fruit smoothies in December. Definitely not bacon,
Interesting. Okay, guys, eat your bacon. I gotta go now. Hey guys, what's happening? Just wanted to sum up this deuterium depletion vlog here. I'm drinking my last bottle of deuterium depletion water right now. This is my last of, I think I went through almost 18 bottles of it. It took me like over 30 days, maybe even 40 days, and I'm on my last bottle here, and it's interesting. I don't know what to make of it, okay? I'm just going to give my total honest opinion on the subject, as always, like I do with all products and things that I review and recommend, with no allegiance or alliance to the organization. The first thing I want to say is that they're amazing people, okay? Debbie, who runs the marketing, is an incredible woman. Dr. Q, it was honestly one of my favorite interviews I've ever done. The dude had incredible vibrance about him and joy, and he answered every question, like understanding how skeptical people could be about this. He wasn't dogmatic. He was legit, and I'm definitely going to meet him one day soon when I go to LA. So like if the people representing the company are any testament to like the importance of this, I would say that it's pretty badass stuff, right? Debbie's been in the woman who you saw previously. She's been in the health industry, and she was in the superfood industry for like 25 years. She really knows her stuff. And again, Dr. Q, like he was super vibrant, right? I always look at the end of the line. How does somebody look? How does somebody feel at the end of the line when they subscribe to a particular diet or modality? So my observations is that my body definitely craved this water. Normally, when I have those plastic bottles in the house, I don't actually crave it, right? Like if I see a plastic bottle of water, I will much prefer to drink something else. My body just naturally goes towards it. But I was actually getting excited to drink this water. Maybe it's because it's so expensive. It's like a $30 bottle of water. Maybe because I was excited to try something new, and I was bringing in a whole new avenue of health into my diet, my world. But I don't know why. I could just tell you that my body was excited to have it, and I loved having it in my car on long drives. The other interesting thing is that I actually started craving bacon, and I actually started eating bacon. Again, I don't know if it's because Debbie told me that in the last video, but I legitimately started eating bacon again after many, many years of not eating it. So my observations, I haven't had any life-altering changes in my health. I haven't felt like huge spikes of energy the way some people talk about with this water. I truthfully haven't found any one concrete thing that's shifted for me. And it could be because I'm doing things wrong, right? Like I'm eating a lot of Mary's organic chicken because I haven't found a farmer's market as of recent. And I'm doing ketogenic diet right now, so I'm literally eating chicken like every single day. So it's possible that I'm eating a lot of grains in that chicken. I haven't been perfect on the deuterium depletion diet. I've drank the water. I've been on ketogenic diet. I'm going to get my second test results done soon. I think if I see a drop in the deuterium in the next test and I don't feel a significant difference, I think I'm going to be hesitant to recommend it to people. If the deuterium in the next test is the same or only a little lower, then I really haven't done a good job at removing it, or the water didn't do a good job, or I didn't help the water, because as he talks about in the interview, the water is just a band-aid. The real magic is the diet, which, by the way, is another reason why I trust this organization, is because they're not saying this water is the crucial piece of the puzzle, and without this, you're going to die from deuterium poisoning. They're just saying this is something very, very beneficial, a band-aid, but he said in the interview with me that the most important piece of the puzzle is diet, right? So reducing carbs, reducing grains. What I would do is, what I would say, my final words is, like, if you have income to spend on your health, go for the examination. It's only a few $100s. It's worth the experiment. It's worth the analysis to see what it does to your body. It could alter your life. We really don't know, right? I try and be as discerning as I can in this world and, like, cross things off the list that are bullshit. But I don't believe this is bullshit. I really don't at all. Dr. Q convinced me that there's total legitimacy here, and the tests, there's studies that have been done. Check out some of the studies. They're pretty fascinating about, like, there was, I think, dogs and cancer. And some of the dogs even died from drinking this water because they cured their cancer, like, eviscerated so quickly that the toxicity of that situation killed the dogs. So yeah, give it a try. If you're struggling to get by, I'm not going to go ahead and suggest that this be the next piece of the puzzle for you. That's just my opinion. But like I said, I've been enjoying this water. My body's craving it. I'm not noticing any huge shifts in my health, but that doesn't mean that much, because certain things happen on a subliminal level, right? On a level underneath that we're not totally in tune with. So yeah, that's just my honest opinion. I think there's total legitimacy here, and it's worth a try. It's not, to me, not the most important piece of the puzzle for people with chronic illnesses as of now. It's not going to go on my core protocol when I recommend people to like people who are in seriously bad shape. It's not going to be my core piece of the puzzle for them to drink this water. But I could be very wrong. I could be proven wrong 10 years from now, and it's possible that my opinion will shift in the future. But that's just how I feel now. And I want to thank Dr. Q and Debbie, because they've been awesome and helpful, and I've learned a lot, and I hope to continue to learn. So alrighty, guys, that's all I got for you. Peace.
Summer in the hills, those hazy days I do remember. We were running still, had the whole world at our feet, watching seasons change. Our roads were